Hey guys, Cheapario here, and today we're at the GalaxyCon in Richmond, Virginia. There's only one phrase that summarizes this experience.
Thunderdome!
Exactly. So which would be an event that gathers everybody with the same likes and dislikes of loving sci-fi, fantasy, adventure, anime, action, just everybody gathering for a single event at a conference center, enjoying each other's company, enjoying cosplay, turned into a nightmare. But before we get into the dog days of this convention, let's go about talking about some of the good stuff that happens at this convention, shall we? The convention boasts a pretty great list of guests. Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox of Daredevil fame are here and represented greatly. You've got William Shatner, you've got John Rhys-Davies of Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings fame. Your favorite Power Ranger actors like Karen Ashley, John Cleese, and David Tennant doing rare appearances in the United States. So just a great guest list. And I haven't even gotten to just the sheer amount of vendors this year selling some great stuff. There's not a corner of this convention hall not covered by some type of vendor or creator or artist or cosplayer. It's just filled to the brim with nerd stuff. I mean, look at some of this great Star Wars and DC artwork, just amazing stuff. And look at this awesome Anakin 3D portrait. I have not seen 3D that good. And at some pretty good prices too. The fans' energy is palpable, awesome costumes, everyone kind of representing their favorite characters. There's Sub-Zero, flawless victory. Droids like R2-D2 and his groupies, like this guy. And you'll see actors, creators, superstars, all kind of walking the show floor, like here. Former WCW superstar Big Papa Pump going to the bathroom and take a big papa dump. And the fans' appreciation, devotion to these events doesn't just stop when the show floor closes. It continues. There's events going on to the night, and people still devoted and dedicated in costume, having fun. Even enjoy the ritual of going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, this time introduced by one of the actors, Barry Bostwick. So those virgins can really be introduced to the film for the first time and go through all the initiation rituals that occur over the course of watching this movie. And I personally enjoyed this convention a lot. Being able to experience the 501st Legion, being able to waddle across the showroom floor, acting like a dork, but in the best way possible. Just connecting with other fans, people enjoying the same likes and dislikes as you, people chatting about the latest Marvel news and what's going to happen to Marvel, what's going to happen to DC, what's going to happen to Star Wars, and just being able to turn the corner, see something new, or see the same things that you enjoy over and over again. Cue heavy breathing. But of course, reality eventually sets in, and you realize that this is way overcrowded, and the lines and the fatigue kick in. Even to get into GalaxyCon itself, you'd have to wait in long lines that wrapped around the convention hall itself in the cold, drizzly weather of Richmond. As you can see here, the lines are wrapping around the building. Everyone is still in costume. Everyone's still showing some light signs of excitement. But again, we brave the weather, brave the crowds to get in. So the best advice is to go on a Friday as opposed to a Saturday or Sunday. This is an example of crowds on the Saturday that I went. And I spent a majority of my time in line for John Rhys-Davies, missing out on all the essential panels that I wanted to see during that day. It was not a great experience.
5 hours later.
Hey guys, currently waiting in line for John Rhys-Davies, and I must say, the lines are just terrible. They're melding in with the actual flow of traffic. You can't tell what's a line, what's not a line, what's people just standing. If you're in a wheelchair, if you're handicapped, you're not going to be able to even maneuver around It's too overcrowded. They should have limited the amount of people in the convention room at any given time with the maximum capacity. This is just overwhelming. So, not looking good, guys.
6.5 hours later. A few inches later.
So possibly the worst line, I would say, would be David Tennant's, simply because you can't tell where it starts and ends. It just blends. And honestly, that's probably the biggest stovepipe in the entire convention hall, because nobody can get through. It is a dead stop that everyone just is stuck. So I would say definitely David Tennant's line is probably the biggest line, if you can even tell where to get into it. Crazy.
2,000 years later.
So I'm watching as the celebrities are trying to go to the restroom, and they can't even get through. So I eventually did make it to the front of the line and just had one of the best experiences as a fan, meeting a great actor who really just engages with fans. So good experience overall. All kidding aside, I did have a good time at the convention, enjoying it with friends and being able to go across the convention floor, see some of the actors and guests actually at the hotel across the street, like Corey Feldman or John Romita Jr. So good experience overall. Hopefully you liked my commentary. And until next time, like and subscribe, guys, and I'll leave you with some of the footage of the convention floor. Bye.